everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and the folks at Smart Medical Device sent me their Dr. Music 3S TENS unit to demo for you today. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So there's a lot of really unique, cool things about this particular TENS unit. And with the name music in it, you probably know what that means. So not only is this wireless, so it doesn't have a whole lot of cords going where you have to hide them if you're using it or have them get in the way, but it connects to your phone. And the cool part about that is you can sync it to your music in your music library, and it pulses to the beat of the music. And so it's a really neat thing. And at first I was a little bit skeptical because a lot of times there's different settings that you want specific pulses or rhythms to a TENS. But what it really does is, let's say I'm in a happy mood and I want some pump up music. When you get that beat, when you're feeling it on you, it really does kind of get you pumped up. Or if you want to chill out and you've got that slower beat. So it really works a lot better than I thought it would. And it's really, really cool because then you can listen to your favorite music and kind of bounce along with it. So if you're hurting, music always is a healing component. So I think that's a great thing to add on to a TENS unit. The other thing that is really cool about this particular TENS unit that I found I really like, some TENS units when you have them, if you start off with the strength at 0 and you bump it up to 1, you feel it, and then when you bump it up to 2, it's a lot stronger. This particular unit actually goes in really slow increments of the intensity. So if I wanted just a little bit of intensity, if I just wanted it to kind of calm down that pain, it does a really good job of, it doesn't start here and jump up to here. You can go at each step to get to that higher level. And that I think is really important because sometimes depending on your body type, if you're a little bit leaner, if you go from 1 to 2, sometimes it will get a muscle contraction. And with a TENS unit, that transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, you're not looking for a muscle contraction. This is for pain control. This is not for bulking up muscle or strengthening the muscle. So you really don't want that muscle contraction. And this does a really good job of giving you those options and those steps before it might get to that point where it's actually contracting that muscle. So I really like that component as well. And so the way that you charge it is you take this end and you just unplug it here, and it uses any USB. It doesn't actually come with a charger, but most likely any Bluetooth device you have will have a charger. So it's really easy to charge right there. So you see these two are connected together, so it gives you a lot of space of where to put them. And so it's very versatile in the fact that you can put it on your leg, you can put it on your arm, you can put it on your neck, and you can put it on your back. And they also make it even a little more options is you have these smaller pads where you'd maybe use something like on your arm or maybe even on your lower leg. And also available separately for purchase is a larger pad. And you can use the larger pad for back pain or if you're having some abdominal pain or even up in your neck. And so the larger pad is a little bit more dispersed, so it gets a larger area, maybe not quite as pinpoint to an area. So it's nice to have that component as well, because sometimes with the smaller ones you can get a more specific spot, and then with the larger ones you can get kind of a more general area. And a lot of times with back pain you do have a more general area, or even in the abdominal area, or even the upper back, you might want to get that whole back area. So again, it gives you a lot of options, and I really like that. So let me go ahead and put it on real quick and show you a little bit about it. So what's really also cool is these just snap right in. So it makes it super easy to snap them on and take them off. So it's really cool. It goes really fast. All you have to do is download their app. When you get the app, it looks like this, and then you just turn this on, and as soon as you hear the beep, you hit the connect touch right there, and it will ask you to sync it. And then mine's already been synced. Sometimes your phone might take just a little bit longer, but this is what comes up. And so you have the options of going here once your music library is synced. They do have a couple demo songs. I'll play those for you. And then you can even change the pulses here. So if you don't want to use the music and you want to use something else. And then you have your time that you can change. And then once you put it on, you can change your intensity. So lucky for you all, I have a little bit of shin pain. I've got some slight shin splints going on because I've been training for a race. So I'm just going to put this on really quickly there so you can see how easy it is to put on. So if I'm looking at my anterior tib, which is a little sore through here, I'm just going to put kind of one a little bit higher up. and then the other one a little bit lower. Which one, it doesn't really matter. You're just kind of getting that connection. So if my pain is mainly in here, you want it to kind of be in the middle. That's how you want to do this with TENS units. And then all you do is, if you want to pick a song, the demo song, and then you just start taking up the intensity up here. And so if you can see right here, the little lights are beating to it. And so once I start taking it up, and so see, I'm already up to 10 before I really feel something, which is really nice because, as I said before, you might have to go up higher in numbers, but it gives you that nice slow progression versus just going from 1 to 2 and then all of a sudden you're like, ow, this really hurts. And so what it's doing is it's just going along with the beat. So if I'm trying to, get some pain relief, and a lot of times, you're hurting, again, music makes it feel really nice. And so I like that component as well. It's, again, a really neat kind of different component to a TENS unit. I feel like, for me personally, music does give you a lot of emotions, happy, sad, all that kind of stuff. And so when you're hurting, it's just really nice to have that too. And if you don't want the music, you can, change it to the pulse one and it'll just do the pulse, or you can turn your sound down on your phone. So again, it makes it nice and easy here. They also have, once you've have your pads on, the smaller ones, they've got a little carrying thing here, which is really cool, because what I like about this is then it makes it nice and compact. So if you want to take it with you somewhere, this is pretty easy to carry with you. And again, you don't have all those wires and things that you have to wrap up and carry around with you. So again, the larger pad is the same concept. You just connect these on, and then if you want to put it on your back, or on your tummy, or even back up on your neck, you can do that as well. And so with those larger pads, it gets a bigger surface, which is nice. And so then this is connected, so you don't really have to worry about placement of the actual things. You just can put it on wherever you want to. So again, with TENS units, it's really for pain control. You're not trying to get that contraction of a muscle. So if you are getting a little bit of contraction, you might want to change the placement a little bit on thinner areas, or a leaner person where there's not as much maybe tissue on there, like the shoulder. A lot of times that's the one that you might get a contraction with it. And so if you're getting a contraction, take it down or change the placement of the electrodes. So if you're interested in purchasing the product, make sure and click on the link up here, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking down here. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.